6 o'clock. Welcome everyone to our October Village Board meeting. Seems dark, but I think that's the way it is with the time change in October, so I'm glad y'all can make it. I'd like to start off with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. As I said, welcome. Is there anybody here for public comment? Hearing none, I'm going to move on. First up on the podium, Anthony, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Do you need that?
It's a single figure. I don't think for the Thank you.
If you like tap it quickly, you'll come off mute. There you go.
Here we go. Thank you. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Anthony, Delaware Engineering, working with the village on the water and wastewater facilities upgrades project. I'm here to present a proposal for the water. As everyone knows, the Violet Hill pump station up on Hilly Road next to the water storage tank has posed multiple problems over the last years with the control panel. It's been stitched and fixed multiple times without an ultimate resolution. It was not part of the planned upgrades of the project because the problem started after we had put in for the engineering report for the funding through EFC. So it was not in the defined scope of work. Having said that, we did reach out to EFC and DOH and asked them if they would consider the cost to replace the panel approvable through the grant. We received that confirmation. We proceeded to do a quick design of what the panel should be, as no record data was found on how the existing operated, and it is rather antiquated. So we did that design at no extra cost to the village. We collected proposals from the contractor, and they offered the price of $21,052 to replace the entire panel, VFD drives, instrumentation, pressure relief valves, sight glass on the pneumatic tank, and other appurtenances to accommodate the vacuum prime system. It is our recommendation that that proposal be accepted. We find that to be a very fair price, honestly. When we were doing initial budgetary estimates before we got into redesigning, we were receiving numbers like $40,000, $50,000. So seeing how we landed at 21, I'd say the contractor's being fair here. There's definitely available contingency allowance. Out of the $200,000 of contingency allowance on the project, we have $197,000 available. So we've only used 3 out of 200. So we can afford the $21,000. That's our recommendation, and we request the board take a position.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the bid for $20,050 and I think 50 cents from Keller.
$21,052.
$21,052.50. I was reading the other one. Thank you. That's $52.50.
Second.
Discussion. This can be done without impacting any other schedule since it's being done by the same electrical contractor, right?
General contractor, but that's correct, yes.
All right. And so from a standpoint of when? Do you have a timetable for this?
Yeah, I think the lead time for the panel and the VFDs is about 8 to 10 weeks. So it'll be a couple of months before we have it in, but definitely within the time frame of the rest of the construction. So it won't create any delays in closing out the currently open contracts.
Okay, good.
You had warned us about it.
Yes, we have spoken about this in previous meetings.
Any other questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So approved. Do you want to give us a little brief update while you're here?
So I guess right now, brief update. Yep. So right now, I can say there's not really any update to provide on the wastewater side of things. As I've said in previous meetings, we didn't expect any of the equipment to be brought to the site based on fabrication orders with lead times until December. So we're still waiting on their no action. At the water site, there has been progress made on the building. We have a slab, we have a foundation, we have a breezeway connection. So concrete-wise, we've done a lot of work. The UVs are installed and ancillary piping, which is a good thing. The electrician is on site as of the last couple of weeks and making headway on his panel installations and conduit runs and wire bolts. So there's activity there as well. And right now we're waiting on a building permit.
That was my next question. Well, we're waiting on a building as well.
Yeah, so the building itself, the materials are expected to be delivered to the site, I think October 28th is the delivery date. By which time we expect we'll have heard back from the town. We put an application in last week for a building permit. I have not received any feedback, but I'll be following up to see what the status is if we haven't heard something by the end of the week. Sorry?
We will be getting a letter tomorrow.
Oh, okay, see, I'm not privy to that.
We haven't had a chance to chat.
Okay,
I'll bring you up to speed.
excellent.
Right.
Any specific questions?
And just so everybody knows, we are giving a tour tomorrow of the water treatment plant and the wastewater treatment plant by New York State EFC Commissioner, Mike, and I forget Mike's last name, but I met him at the Silver Award over in Kingston. He's a hands-on type of guy from the state. He likes to see where the money that they award through EFC is being spent and how it's being spent, and he loves to see construction. So we are giving him the full red carpet treatment tomorrow
Great, great,
for water and wastewater, so it's kind of nice.
great.
Any other questions for Anthony?
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you for dealing with all of this.
Okay, Tree of Heaven. Oh, let me back up. Just for everybody, if anybody saw the schedule, we were going to have a discussion about fire department TVs, and that has been removed. They were not ready for the discussion this evening.
Right, well, this has actually changed because when I put this report together this morning, we still had somebody in our maintenance highway department who would be able to do some of this work. So now this has changed, but let me just briefly tell the board, I've been doing more research and I've come up with some other methods of removing the tree of heaven. There's the cut stump method. That's for larger trees. You cut the tree, treat the stump with herbicides. This either works or doesn't work depending on your source. So I'm not really recommending because I guess all the data's not in on that one. But there's a hack and squirt method. This has to be put on. I know that's.
Sorry, I'm tired.
That's what it's called. You have to apply this mid to late summer, so we've kind of passed that time. This is for trees greater than 1 inch in diameter. You use downward cuts into the stem, and then you apply herbicide all the way around, making sure that there's a complete ring around there. And then later on you remove the hopefully dead tree. And then there's a basal bark application. That's for trees less than 1 inch in diameter. You paint an herbicide all the way around the bark, and it absorbs it because the trees are younger, their bark absorbs it. Penn State website, which I found rather informational, recommends either a glyphosate or triclopyr. They don't react as much, neither one reacts as much, and it doesn't get down in the soil, so it's not as harmful to other vegetation. And then I guess at this point, the question I was going to ask about doing it in-house is a moot point, so I think I'll probably just go on ahead. If people are okay with this and using that herbicide, then I would, go ahead and get some quotes.
So we have a policy about using herbicides in our parks.
That's why I.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't the policy just say like it has to be applied by someone who's certified?
Certified.
Yeah.
Which is law.
Right, which is state law. So the question is like, would going out to bid, sorry, with going out to bid to find, I don't know if that helped, to find someone certified, obviously.
Well, two of the people recommended applying herbicide. This was before this employee came on board. Two of the places already recommended applying herbicide, and they said they were certified to do this.
Great.
So, you know, I can go back to them. I thought maybe we could do it in-house, but at this point, no. And at this point, I think it's probably too late this year. I think we're probably looking more for next year.
Yeah, I think it would be useful to know how much, you know, a subcontractor would charge us for it, absolutely.
Yeah,
And
maybe we can budget for it for next year.
yeah, maybe we can budget for it for next year, and, you know, and if we do end up, I don't know what we're all talking about with this employee situation, but we'll get there. And, you know, if we do end up having an employee who's certified in the meantime, then great.
Yeah, I have a couple of quotes already that I can share with you, just to get a, you know, ballpark. Obviously, I have to get them re-quoted because, you know,
Yeah.
several months. in front.
How, I mean, can we like quantify how bad the problem is?
Well, in the mini park, it's not really that bad, except that there's one tree that's grown into the wires.
Oh.
And so that would be a problem with taking it down, so we couldn't even do that in-house, I believe. Then there's a place along Rockefeller Lane where some trees were cut, and it's just a solid strip. I mean, several hundred feet, just a solid strip of these.
Okay.
Because this,
And that's municipal property on Rockefeller Lane, I'm assuming, right?
Pardon?
It's municipal property on
I think
Rockefeller
so,
Lane.
yeah.
Well, let's confirm,
So,
make
yeah,
sure.
Absolutely, yeah, of course, yeah.
just so everyone knows, this is the tree of heaven, AKA the tree of hell, I like to call it. Because if you cut it, it just spurs more growth through its roots. You get the child army rising up.
And that's what happened along Rockefeller. And the spotted lanternfly just loves this plant.
Yeah.
And I was across the river and I saw this tree that was completely covered with the spotted lantern, just totally covered with them.
Are we talking, one question, are we talking the park, thank you, technology. Are we talking the parks only, or are we gonna do, should we do a survey of, you know, all village properties to do this kind of thing?
Well, I was doing the parks only, but if we want to extend it, we could, but, you know, we definitely would have to requote.
Okay. I just think there are other spots where it maybe,
Or we could try it and make sure it works, you know, and then extend it.
Is it a problem at water, wastewater, highway, do we know?
Yeah, I believe it is up at the
Highway.
tower.
Got it.
and I think in
Or
around
at
the
Highland.
tank. and
Yeah,
at
I
Highland.
think so.
Oh, got it. Oh, that's part of the issue with Hiley?
Yeah.
Got it.
And that's it.
Okay.
Thanks, Eleanor.
You're up.
Okay, so I got contacted by, the village got contacted by Dutchess County, by their, basically their waste and recycling department. They're offering a new program to Dutchess County municipalities that is free, which is really cool. It's called Help C, and it's a partnership between Dutchess County and this service called Help C. It's a certified B Corp. Their whole deal is they collect used goods, clothing, shoes primarily, and some, you know, linens, accessories, that sort of thing. They collect those as donations and then they recycle them in a responsible manner. So what they're offering to municipalities is, there's two pieces of this. One piece is if we, the Village of Rhinebeck, sign on to this, then we can advertise to our residents that they can take advantage of the program, which offers a scheduled curbside pickup. So you would call a number and schedule a time for the Help C wagon to come and pick up your stuff for free.
From your residents.
From your residents, right. The second option, which can be either or in addition to, is to actually have like a drop-off bin. That's kind of, you know, you've probably seen these used clothing bin, drop-off bins, right? So we could host one of those you know, say at one of our municipal parking lots, and that could be a drop-off spot. So I just wanted to run this by the board. I like it because it's free. I like it because these are items that you can't put in your recycling bin with your bottles and cans, but they really shouldn't go to the landfill. And it's free.
According to the county controller, used clothing is the hottest recycling item right now. It's what's, you know, you can get money for it as opposed to other
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
recycling.
And so, you know, I encourage residents to, you know, try selling your good stuff at consignment. You can make some money, or donate to your favorite charity or what have you. But this is another option. What I really like about it, especially, is the free option to schedule a curbside pickup, because I find myself just schlepping stuff around in my car. You know, the nearest Goodwill is down like in Wappingers or something.
No, there's one across the river.
Is there?
Yeah, I mean, a drop-off box is really handy, but then suddenly you get stuff outside the box and you get things thrown in there that don't belong in there, and it's just going to be, I think it's going to be another headache for us.
And we don't have a lot of real estate.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
The issue is where.
Right.
It'd almost be great if they would go to the town and, you know, put it at the Thompson Mazzarella Park, but,
Yeah.
Or the transfer station.
yeah, or the transfer station,
Yeah.
actually, that's a great idea.
Yeah, like the help seat drop-off bin would be good for the town transfer station. I don't know if Elizabeth has mentioned it or anything, but I can share it with the town board and encourage them to host the drop-off spot. But if you guys are amenable, I'd like to make a motion to sign up for just to advertise to our community the free curbside pickup option.
Second.
I mean, you just go to help, what is it? Help see and you sign up. Really, it's a pretty simple process, right?
Yeah, just have to sign up through the county wants to kind of keep track of everyone who's taking part.
And the curbside pickup there's no dates for that. It's expected to start by the end of the year.
Yeah.
But there's been no dates announced for when they're going to launch the program yet for
Yeah.
curbside.
Yeah, they just said by the end of 2025.
Great. Yep, second.
All fair say aye.
Aye.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Is there a period of time that you want that posted, or just?
So we're just doing curbside, just remind me, we're just doing curbside pickup, not a drop off, not a drop box.
Yeah.
Correct.
So once I have more information after I sign up, Martina, I'll let you know how we'll talk about how to advertise it to folks.
No problem, thank you.
Great. Thanks, Melissa.
So all right, so next on the agenda, park shoes. Interesting topic to have. All right, so a little bit of background on this. In general, municipal properties are not supposed to be used for anything not commercial advertisement or operations outside of village municipal programs, right? So the issue we need to have is we don't have a policy today to enforce it, but we can at any time say we don't want to do it. Without having a policy, till we get a policy, we can stop saying whatever. So the issue becomes, if we open it up and allow somebody to put advertisements on park ground, right? When you do that, once you open it up, until you do anything else, you have to allow everybody to use that park facility for whatever type of program they want to use. So I think it's important for us as a board to consider how we want to do this going forward, because traditionally, we've allowed things in the parks, you know, that we approve. For instance, we just recently approved somebody to sell pottery in the park, right?
Well, actually, we didn't.
Well,
Right.
but
In front of businesses.
Yeah, so,
we did and we didn't.
Right.
I don't know how we want to cut the line, but
Right, we
the
didn't-
the issue is they're selling pottery in the municipal park.
right. And so, under Chapter 83, the peddling and soliciting law, it basically says, one thing that we do not enforce, which is use of stationary locations restricted. No peddler or solicitor shall have any exclusive right to any location in the public streets, nor shall be permitted a stationary location at all for longer than 10 minutes in any one location. So someone posting up anywhere under a peddler's license for longer than 10 minutes is in violation of their peddler's license. So I think that's a useful thing for us to know. But what happened is last weekend or the weekend before, whenever it was, we gave the lovely pottery lady permission to peddle in front of certain stores and use our sidewalks to peddle in front of certain stores. And we encountered her peddling on the farmer's market day in front of the Doughboy, which was not what I thought we'd given her permission to do. Hence, this question was raised of, you know, when we give her, you can do it in these specific spots, does that also mean and anywhere else that is public land? I didn't think it was. According to legal, unless we've specifically restricted it, and commercial speech can be restricted in a time, place, or manner or way. This is all First Amendment stuff. It gets really dicey. But we haven't done that. We don't have a time, place, or manner law or policy around commercial speech. So, you know, I think as a stopgap, we should at least say for peddlers licenses, no peddling in like public parks. We can either do that by amending chapter 83, where it says prohibited acts. They're already not allowed to vend or sell their goods or wares within 200 feet of any church or public school or school purposes or whatever. So like we can restrict that. But I think short of that, we can at least just have it be part of the peddler's permit. But this is something that we need to figure out how we want our parks to be used.
I think it's a good idea to just have it part of the peddler's permit for now, and then,
Yeah,
you know, not make a quick decision here, but that would give us time
right.
to see if there's a policy that you can, you know, look at.
And man, these policies just open up a can of worms.
How would that be worded? It says this permit is valid for any place or places except, or does somebody have to give specific locations?
That's a great question. I don't know how we would word that. That's why we have lawyers.
Which it sounds like you'll need to change what's currently in there because we don't have anybody that doesn't sit stationary.
Right. So I mean, like that's, but
We're already,
so we're already in violation of our own law on that one.
But
Yeah.
would that require a hearing?
yes.
If we did that?
To change
If we
the
change the law, yes.
Yeah.
But maybe we should go ahead and change the law to make it realistic and go for it.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there's like, you know, sample language from other places where this has been done. But, you know, just so you know, it is opening a whole bag of cats the minute that we start talking about First Amendment restrictions, especially in this particular day and age, which is ironic to the spring, but that's fine. So I'd just like to state for the record that I think it's inappropriate to have people selling stuff in our parks. You know, short of like an event happening in that park, right? In which case that would be a time, place, or manner restriction.
Okay. Because yeah, I'm thinking like if we had like a festival.
Yeah, so-
in Crystal Lake Park.
Yeah, and like food
Like
trucks show up.
vendors, right.
Yeah, and like, and that's fine because that's sort of in that particular set of circumstances, right? The time, place, or manner stuff shows up when it's like, so we're not regulating content. We can't say like donut people can sell here, but hamburger people cannot, right? And so it's like, it has to be sort of a generalized restriction on time, place, or manner.
Well, but we can regulate content. That's one of the things we can do. According to Nikon, we can.
For advertising.
Correct.
But not for like,
Commercial selling.
well, it's more complicated than that. So like, we can regulate content, sort of. Like Nikon probably glossed over a little bit and probably encouraged us not to do it at all.
Yes.
But you can, oh, it did? Well, that's reassuring. At least I know what I'm talking about. But you can regulate content, like, it's intermediate scrutiny. It's like, often you lose if you regulate content. And usually it's things like porn, right? Like, this is where all the porn stuff comes in. But in general, it's more like time, place, or manner. Like, no signs at all, advertising or not, you know, like no, I don't know, statues that aren't approved by the village board of trustees, like no matter what the statue is of, right? It's just a way to sort of manage the situation. But I just think we need to be real careful about this as we begin to wade into this quagmire.
And we can, today, just say that we make a motion to say that what we want to do, and we can, and then move forward, because we can stop anything that we're doing at any time. We don't have to wait to pass the law to say,
Yeah.
the regulation, we can decide today, you know, and say, and make a motion to allow blah, or allow whatever, right? Or not allow, right? And that we can do by motion as a board, and we can say, we can make a motion to just amend our peddler's permit.
Yeah,
Right?
I think this would be a very useful conversation to have, like, with our council sitting right there, before we make a motion to do anything.
Well, but we're running into the holiday season.
Do we want to do a blanket prohibition by motion, by resolution, to say there's no commercial speech on village property, period? And then we can come back and later.
If that's legal, I mean, like I'm willing to do that as long as we then have legal review it, but like,
You want to set that for the next agenda?
I'd really rather have like language that was vetted by legal set for the next agenda. Because, you know, I know that often there's a holiday tree and then a menorah pops up and da 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 da. And like, the minute that a holiday tree and then a menorah and then like, you know, the church of the whoever, you know, it's like, once it starts, you can't stop it. And so I appreciate that we're heading into the holiday season, but it is also October 14th, so we're not there quite yet.
Although, aren't we drawing a distinction between commercial speech and other protected forms of speech?
Yes,
So
and it
that's-
would be good to have
that's what we
that,
have.
and it would be good to have that in a policy
Right, but I
that we
think
have
need to do
read.
that now, but I mean, if
I'm talking about
The peddler's
selling
permit.
right now.
Commercials,
I'm just
commercial.
talking, because the other thing gets too deep,
Right,
but we can say, can we sell or can we not sell?
right, I think we can do
And
that
can we
here.
make a motion to say, to amend the peddler's permit to not allow the selling of commercial products
In our parks,
in our parks?
In our parks.
or public lands,
On municipal property.
on municipal property without specific permission otherwise.
Right.
Should we,
I mean, sure, with the caveat that I would like legal to review it before we put it into place.
Well, it's an application, it's not code. This is an application, this is a peddler's permit.
right, I think we're on pretty good, I think we're on pretty good, you know what?
Like, you know, just because it's not in code doesn't mean that someone won't sue over it.
I
Like,
understand,
you
but
know.
it doesn't mean anybody's not gonna sue over anything either.
Yeah, no, I hear that, which is why I think it's appropriate to have it a
Right,
little,
then,
a little buttoned
what do you
up.
want?
Regulation also.
However you want to proceed, we can table this until we bring back language.
I would like to just stick to the selling part right now, because the other part is really complicated. It's-
Yeah.
that's, you know, and it might even give people ideas to challenge us when, you know, if we start.
So what language are you specifically saying that we should?
Yeah,
put
so I'd like to
into-
make a motion to modify our current peddler's permit to not allow the selling of commercial products on parkland, municipal land,
Okay.
whatever,
Village
right,
property.
our municipal property.
Second.
Discussion.
This is specific to tiny house ceramics.
Any
No,
outstanding,
any.
any outstanding,
This is
and,
the only active peddler's permit we have.
Okay.
There was someone selling flowers there last
well,
weekend.
they didn't do it with the
They
peddler's
were
permit.
not authorized through the village.
Well, I'm just saying.
So in that case, I do think that we also need to potentially step up enforcement of this.
Yeah, and we should say without specific approval as well. You know, well, no, we're not, if we're not allowing it.
No, we're not allowing
don't
it.
allow it.
Right, we're not allowing it,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Well, so that's the thing, are you making a blanket statement or are you adjusting this peddler's permit? If you're
We're
making-
adjusting the peddler's permit.
Okay.
Amend the peddler's permit to disallow any commercial sales on municipal property.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, we have first, second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. November, let's talk about November already.
Yes.
So, the second Tuesday of November is
Veterans Day.
Veterans Day. It's a holiday.
The village hall is closed.
So the question is, when do we want to have our November meeting?
We had talked about that Thursday evening, the 13th.
At 6.
I won't be here that week, so either way, I'll be coming in remotely.
Maybe we should have it a little bit later and then not have the second one. Because that,
Do you mean the 18th? Because that is
Planning
the
board.
planning board.
pardon?
The planning board is on the other Tuesdays.
13th is pretty deep.
I mean, we could do it on like Thursday the 20th, and then, are we,
The room is occupied that night.
How about the 13th?
were we gonna have the second regular board meeting on the 25th, which is the Tuesday before Thanksgiving?
Probably not.
So then that would be the 27th for the
No.
second meeting.
No,
Well, excuse me, the 25th,
yes.
Yeah,
right, 25th.
Well, maybe we can go 13
13:25.
to 12, 19, 12, 9. 1, 2, 3.
I mean, our Tuesday, our second of the month meeting for October, just to back up, the fourth Tuesday would be the 28th.
Yes.
Right.
So, I guess my point is, if we're having a meeting at the end of the month, it's okay to move it out, since we're already meeting at the end of the month, at the end of October.
In mid-November, when is this room available? That's probably the easier way, rather than throwing out dates. Tell us when, between the,
The 13th.
okay, and what about the following week?
Fire department, planning board, court, committee
The
meeting.
planning board meets on the 18th?
Yes, the first and third Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Unless you take it from them. No, they are ordinarily
Why not do
scheduled.
the-
We could throw that
Let's
one
go,
for you.
let's go with the 13th.
This, you've already approved it.
Let's go, can we go with this 13th?
Is there anything on the 13th?
No,
Hold on.
13th.
There's nothing on the
It's
13th.
It's on, no, there's nothing on the 13th. I think it's actually on the village request form.
I think,
I think that's why that's penciled in there.
I'd like to make a motion.
Wait,
to-
wait. You could just double check that. But they did just
I
ask.
second the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Wait, what's the
Gosh, I gotta
motion?
make it first.
You did, you already made it.
Well, I want to make sure Martina's got it down over there.
Of course not.
Hold on.
Let Martina catch up.
Is it those days?
November 20th and December 18th.
Yes. So, okay, technically right now, November 20th is free.
But there is a application for the use of Village Hall in our agenda for tonight, for
Yes.
November 20th.
Yes.
Yes, but I mean, we still could,
Yeah, let's just do the
It's
13th.
entirely up to
13th
you.
is fine.
No, 13th.
And seeing as the, our regularly scheduled board meeting on November 11th falls on Veterans Day, in honor of Veterans Day, Village Hall will be closed. I'd like to move our regular scheduled board meeting to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 13th, here at Village Hall.
Second.
Already had that.
Any discussion? Seems like we already had it. All in
Gotcha.
favor, say aye.
Thank you, though, I really like that.
Larry.
Okay, I'm moving on to purchase request. I don't know, Martina, how long ago this is on, the accept the bid for our police department HVAC.
We posted it on auction and we got very, very low bids. So then we put it out for a sealed bid and received none
Great.
until recently, where we received the bid that's been uploaded from Sigma Terminal? I can't remember the amount.
$500.
So Sigma Terminal has offered $500 for the HVAC equipment that was removed from the police department as part of the electrification project. Particularly the 2 LP gas furnaces, the 2 evaporator coils, and the 2 condensing units, right? And this purchase includes all related ductwork, piping, wiring, controls that were removed and left on site. So they will come and take it all for $500.
Man.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept their offer for $500 for the used HVAC equipment at PD.
Second, and it is just astonishing how much this stuff costs new and how you can't
Yes.
give it away.
Right.
That's why we put it on the auction, and it wasn't that much, that less than what we're getting offered now.
It may cost new, but the problem is it's specialized in terms of size and everything
It's
else.
got
for-
warranty, right?
Yeah, yeah. I get it, it's just sort of amazing.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Bring it back up here. Next purchase request is for the police ammo. Currently, we use police ammo for training purposes, and I would like to make a motion to approve the purchase order for $3,651.06 out of the police budget to purchase their ammo supplies.
Second.
Discussion?
I'm just curious, for how long is that? How long does that last for?
Usually about a year. We only make a purchase once a year. But it depends on how many people we hire and how much training we have to do. So there is a variable.
I think the more we train our officers to use their weapons appropriately, the better.
All right, all in favor say, did we do this? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
The next one is for our septic system. Let me give you guys a little bit of background on this, on our failed septic system for the police department. When the police department was built, a septic field was installed here behind Village Hall in the grassy area behind the police building, not in the parking area, but in a roughly a 10 by 20 foot area. It was installed on top of clay. So when it was installed on top of clay, it only had so much it could absorb, and it has now absorbed everything that it possibly can absorb. And it is backing up into our holding tank, and then from our holding tank backing up into our police department. So as a result, we are getting it pumped out at the cost of $400 a week to avoid any backup situation. We have spent many months working with the county and the engineering to redesign a system. We now have county approval for the replacement of this septic system. Basically, what they're going to do is the field itself, they got to come in, dig down 4 to 5 feet until they get to below the clay surface, fill it in with acceptable material, rerun the pipes, close it back off, and that'll be the major part of it. We are also making an adjustment to when the septic runs into the holding tank to put a pump station, so that someday in the future, if we ever have the opportunity to hook up to our own wastewater treatment plant, we will have a pump station there that will allow us to hook up. We won't have to make any adjustments or fixes to that. The county, we have plans. The county has signed off on those plans, and we have in front of you an RFP to go out to go solicit bids for this work. It's work that has to be done. We can't not pump every week. We're getting close to the 1,000 gallons every week into that tank, and so therefore we need to pump it out on a weekly basis. I'd like to make a motion to go out to bid for the request proposal for the installation of the emergency replacement on-site wastewater treatment system at the Village of Rhinebeck Police Department at 14 Center Street.
Second.
Discussion.
Couple questions. One, we can't just hook them into the septic system here
No.
as like
So
a short-term.
not approved by the county to do that. Our septic system here is older. And,
But it works.
well, for the first time ever, I think we opened it up and inspected it and had all of the, basically we have 3 tanks and they're a cascading tank. You fill up one tank, it flows to the other tank, flows to the other tank, and finally flows to 2 tanks that are out in the field that disperse it. And they're just tanks that have holes in the ground and they just, it leaches out. We were very fortunate, we opened it up and pumped it out because I don't think it's ever been pumped out, ever.
Sounds like a working system to me.
Yeah, which, it's a good thing, but there is some minor repair work that would have to be done, but the bottom line is the county will not approve us to hook up.
Cool.
Short answer.
Okay, that's very accommodating of them. Do we have any idea about how much this is gonna cost?
It'll probably be on or about our procurement policy for going out for RFP, so approximately 30.
Oof.
On or about that price.
And
And it's
anything,
gonna come out, it will have to come out of our New York class investment account that we have to do it. Because that's the only place where we have the money to be able to do it.
yeah, but that's not like a line item, so it's gonna
No.
have to come out of like fund balance or.
No, it's coming out of our investment account. Yeah, which rolls into our fund balance, but it's in a separate account.
It's part of it.
Right, so it would come out of fund balance, okay.
And it is considered an emergency replacement.
Yeah. Great.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. You'll make our police department very happy when we get this done.
Yeah.
And me very happy because it's been a lot of work.
Leave it.
Oh.
You're up. Composter consultant.
Okay, so, as you all know, I'm trying to, spend the last bit of this grant money before the end of the month. And so I'd like to make a motion to hire Compost Technical Services, otherwise known as James McSweeney, for compost consulting to the tune of $1,700.
Second.
Okay, so what this is, we've worked with James before. He is an expert in composting systems. And so what this gets us is 4 hours of remote compost consulting services, meaning we can call him up, we can have a Zoom meeting, et cetera. And then 2 hours where he'll come on site to the Rhinebeck, to come to Rhinebeck and come visit the compost site and consult with us. Any questions? Or do I have a second?
You do have a
Or
second?
do I-
Elmer
yeah,
seconded it.
Thanks.
All right.
Anything in particular that he's consulting on?
We just feel like having these consulting services this winter will be good because this will be
It gets
the
cold.
first freeze.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of liquids at the site. So we are anticipating having to do some troubleshooting around managing freezing and that sort of thing.
Sounds like a good use of our money.
Yeah.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Okay.
Lighting.
And yeah, and then the other purchase request is for a solar powered, basically like a solar powered lamp post to put over by the compost collection area over the municipal parking lot to illuminate our dumpster so that folks can drop off after dark. And as we know, it's getting dark earlier and earlier, so we'd like to get this installed. So, you know, I did a Google search. You can buy all manner of thing online these days, including solar-powered lampposts. But I was looking for something that would be pretty sturdy and dependable. So you can see a couple quotes in here. This Classica one, for instance, that was going to be like $4,000.
It's also too tall.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think they had like a 10-piece minimum. These are the types of companies that specialize in working with municipalities. So as you might imagine, is kind of a different tier.
Right.
So I was looking for something that serves our kind of one-off purposes here. And so I'd like to propose that we accept the quote for, from LED Lighting Solutions for $1,870.70.
Second.
Do we have a picture of it?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't put that, but I can
1870.
I can pull it up.
That's okay.
Because we have lighting in the municipal lot.
We do, and I
These
was
sort of
looking for
like
something that kind of looked like that. That was-
old-fashioned gas sort of, and generally sort of pedestrian lighting is usually best when the light is at about 14 feet. But 10, if it's sort of right next to the compost thing, is probably fine.
It's meant to light up the dumpster,
It is meant to light up the dumpster, but
so
there.
people can see
Yeah,
what you're doing.
but there is sort of an aesthetic to that area, and I can guarantee you that if we put something up that is not complementary to the aesthetic of that area, we are going to proceed to get
Yeah, so here's what it looks
dozens
like.
of emails.
Sorry, I didn't include the picture of it.
Oh, that's great.
There you go.
That's all.
I was looking for something that looks like the other ones in the municipal parking lot.
And that one was how tall?
10 feet, it
10.
looks like?
And that's just the unit, we would do our own installation.
We would do the installation, talk to Kyle about it, he's got a plan.
We're gonna contract it out to an electrician, yes.
Gotcha, okay.
We will not do it.
But we are, this is the equipment only, not an install, right?
Right, this is just for the equipment.
I mean,
but
we may
it's-
help dig the hole.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's solar powered.
So it doesn't need to be connected to,
Because at first I was asking Kyle, what can we do to get electricity over there so we can get a lamp post? And it was a whole to-do to do the electricity. So this is solar powered.
There's a lot more involved to get electric there.
I'm sure, no, I'm sure.
I'm sure, yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. That seems like a great idea.
All in favor, say aye.
Great, thank you guys.
Martina. Martina's going to substitute for Karen tonight on our treasurer's report.
Okay, so the treasurer's report is for period ending September 30th, 2025. The balance in the general account is $74,399.67. The water is $138,794.72. And the sewer is $68,916.55. The vouchers presented for payment in the general fund total $139,040.81. In the water, $56,591.88. In the sewer, $35,889.15. For the compost facility, $1,094.25. For the water treatment upgrade, $52,503.20. And for the wastewater treatment plant improvements, $5,750.40 for your approval.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the vouchers.
Second.
And so the only thing is, Martina, could you get this posted up onto the cloud? You have it?
I'm not sure if she sent it last week because she didn't have
I
the
know.
voucher
Karen's
announced till
away.
today. But I will get it posted once it's available.
But just for our records to have it.
Yep. Once I have it.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The monthly operating statement is provided with the revenue and expenditures through 10/14/25. The water and sewer monthly bills, $34,118.37 and $38,147.72. Those were the monthly. The quarterly bills, $274,681.90 for the water, $104,226.91 for sewer. The adjustments were signed off by Mayor Bassett and presented for approval.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the adjustments as presented.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And then it looks like Karen has just one transfer, asking to transfer $50,000 from NICLAS General to the Village Hall Energy Update Project for working capital, as the grant is reimbursable after the invoices will be paid.
So moved.
Second.
All right, so just so everybody's aware that this is for our project here within Village Hall to give us a working capital to, as we pay for bills and wait for reimbursement, okay? That's what it's for. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And there are no budget amendments.
Lydia, you all in favor?
Aye.
And that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, resolutions. We currently are up for renewal for our Lexipol for our police department. We did this 3 years ago, renewed it, is now expired and is up for renewal again. What we would like to do is go again for a 3-year agreement with Lexipol. And the reason for doing that is on year 2 and 3, we get a fixed price rather than an increased price, and we can save about 6% of the total cost of the project. So for year 1, the cost is $4,577.62. And then year 2, it's $4,806.49. Year 3, $5,046.41. I'd like to make a motion to accept a 3-year contract for Lexipol for our police department.
Second.
Discussion.
Our sergeant is happy with his performance?
Yeah, we live and die by this right now.
Good.
You know, it's online, our officers go and review it. This gives us, just so you know, this gives us an annual policy update. It also gives us the law enforcement supplementals that we get out of it, and we get law enforcement procedures. So we get, every year, we get each one of those items.
And it's all
Updated.
kept up to date.
We're up to date, yeah.
Right.
So the only question I had was, from what I was looking at, like for 1 year, we got a much bigger discount than if we did it for 2 years. So I was just curious, am I reading something wrong there? It didn't
So-
make much sense.
So if the cap percent increases every year if you don't go for a 3-year contract, right? So, year 1 is a standard 12 months. Year 2 and 3 locks in an annual uplift of 5% as compared to the 6.5%. And so that's what we get by going for 3 years,
So it's not a discount, it's like a less of an increase.
less of an increase. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Invasive species.
Okay, one of the recommendations of the 2005 New York Invasive Task Force was to create 8 regional prisons, which are partnerships for regional invasive species management. If we choose to join, we will fall into the lower Hudson region, hence the LAH prison. The goal is to coordinate management of invasive species, educate the public, recruit volunteers, and share information on their spread and best practices to control them. And there's also a listserv for members to share information. There is no fee for joining. There is a commitment to attend at least 2 to 4 partner meetings each year, to submit a summary of the invasive species activities undertaken by the village, and to support their strategic plan and work cooperatively with other partners. So I've written up a resolution that the Board of Trustees approves joining the Lower Hudson Partnership for Regional Invasive Species Management, and it goes on the cloud. Or is on the cloud.
Second? Are you making a motion to
I'm
approve this
making a
resolution?
motion to approve the resolution
Second.
as it appeared on the cloud.
So my first question is 2 to 4 partner meetings. Is that a cost for us, or where are they? Are they online, or do we have to travel, or what is the deal?
And who would attend?
Well, who would attend? I would hope that it wouldn't have to necessarily be the same person each time. It's in the lower Hudson, so I don't know exactly where they take place, but it wouldn't be like driving across the state. I would be willing to attend, I wouldn't have it.
So there's somewhat reasonably close.
Yeah.
And then the annual summary, is that something that like the Parks Committee could work on in partnership with like the
Yeah,
Highway
I
Department?
think it
or-
would be good for you. I think the Parks Committee could take that on.
I think this is a really good idea, but we should probably have one person, maybe it's gonna be you, who's kind of in charge of coordinating all this, is that?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, the only thing I would like to see is it amended so it says that, you know, the Parks Committee will be the responsible partner in this.
That's
So it's
fine.
very clear that who's responsible.
But I think to sign up, we have to say it's the village.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Correct. So you can send me whatever is needed to sign up, and I can do that, right? But I just would like to make sure that the Parks Committee is taking on the responsibility of submitting the reports as we talked about, et cetera.
Makes sense to me.
Is that an amendment to the resolution?
Yeah, I would like to amend the resolution for the Park Committee to submit an annual summary of the invasive species activities undertaken by the village.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
I know PRISM is very well respected, so
Great.
I'm happy about this.
Good. That's great.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next item on the agenda was the vehicle policy. That has been tabled due to some other issues that have come up in regard to that subject, so that'll be tabled to a later date. Next on the list is the Business District Improvement Resolution. For a long time, the village has been working very closely with our chambers our partners at the chamber, I should say, and our business community, whether it be back in the beginning when we decided to do outdoor dining or continue to do the outdoor dining throughout the year to help our businesses. We find that at a time when all of our business communities still would like to we would like to collaborate with. So I would like to make a motion for this establishment of a Business District Improvement Committee, where as mayor, I desire to establish this committee to assist the village in its economic development activities. And the committee will advise the mayor and the village board on opportunities for grants and other funding opportunities that will enhance and beautify the village's business district. And the committee will foster partnership and open communication on issues affecting the economic fabric of the business district to ensure a vibrant, sustainable, and supportive business community. The committee will consist of 5 to 7 members, including liaison to the village board, and should include representatives of the Chamber of Commerce, non-business members, and at least 2 at-large members of the community, and will meet quarterly or as needed. Therefore, that the village recognizes that local businesses are essential in maintaining a vibrant community, and that the village hereby endorses and adopts this resolution establishing the Business District Improvement Committee to advance the viability and sustainability of our business district.
Second.
Discussion.
I just want to make sure this is not to create a BID,
No.
which is a completely separate animal. This is simply as a committee, a consultative committee with the village and the district.
And it's a discussion.
And a discussion, okay, it's not a BID.
No.
Great, I just want to make sure that was really clear.
Right.
Yeah, wow, that would be like a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
Very different.
A whole different conversation, yeah.
Do folks have to be members of the Chamber of Commerce?
Well, for the 2, yeah, shall include representatives, the village board shall include representatives of the Rhinebeck Chamber of Commerce, yes. And non-business members, which means they're outside of the business community, and 2 at-large members of the community.
So they can be a business owner, but not
Yeah.
a member of the Chamber
Correct.
of Commerce?
But they have to be village,
Village businesses, they don't
Yes.
actually live here?
yeah, not Red Hook or Hyde Park. Nothing against Red Hook or Hyde Park, but
Or out in the town, like we're just.
village, this is the village committee, yes.
Who's responsible for choosing or picking, say, the 2 at-large members?
So I'm the liaison to the committee, and I will bring those, we will solicit, advertise for those, and I'll bring them back to the board for approval.
Maybe we should amend this to include, you know, that the village board will appoint the members. There's no appointing authority in this,
We can do
so,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So maybe
Yeah.
we can amend that to say that the village board will appoint the members.
Second?
And there's no term.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, does that mean?
I don't, you know,
terms or-
we can discuss that. Let's get the committee going and let's see how, you know, I mean, there's no requirement to have terms.
We can always.
We can
amend
always-
those, yeah.
Move forward with that if that's so needed.
Gotcha.
But people come and go,
Right.
right? So in this case, I purposely left that out.
Okay.
Hey, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So done. Martina, we don't have the minutes, right?
No.
Okay, committees, tree.
Okay. The tree committee met on September 30th. We have 2 action items and then some updates. So we received a request from 38 Livingston Street for the removal of a dead tree and the pruning of another maple. Well, I should say we received for the removal of 2 trees. The tree commission approved the removal of the dead tree at 38 Livingston Street, but only the pruning of a large sugar maple, which is east of the dead tree. There's
Oh, yeah.
There's two-
one that
there-
looks terrible. and
there's
then
one that's terrible, then there's one that's rather large. It does have a couple of high dead limbs, but in general looks like a very mature and healthy tree. So the commission was not in favor of removing that second tree to the east. So I'd like to make a motion that the board accepts the recommendation of the commission for 38 Livingston Street.
Second?
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Okay, I don't think this needs action from us. We received another application from 32 Chestnut Street, but the commission felt that we needed some more information before a decision could be made. But there's no action item on the, for the board right now. The commission has been working with Justin at the planning department to send out letters concerning hazardous trees. Basically, folks have been out noticing where there are potentially hazardous trees, and the letter requests that a certified arborist come and take a look at the tree, and that arborist's instructions be followed. The arborist might say it's fine, the arborist might say it needs pruning, the arborist might say it needs feeding, renewing, whatever. But from the tree commission's point of view, it's a tree that needs examination. And so these letters have been going out, and we're working with planning zoning and planning to get that done. We did have a member attend the Relief Conference where much knowledge was disseminated. And then we are planning for our annual fall planting, which is going to be on November 8th. Currently, there are 24 trees that are scheduled to be planted. We have our teams currently marked out at this time. That's it.
While we're on trees, I'd like to thank Dave Tree Service for cleaning up our dead limbs and trees in the Village Business District. Speaking of hazardous situations, I think it looks a lot better now that they're trimmed away from the building, the dead limbs are gone. And I'd like to thank Dave Tree Service for getting on that before the leaves fell.
And the mini park.
And he did the mini park, right?
They have not yet, though, done the restringing of the lights, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
I think I have a motion on the floor.
Oh, was it seconded?
I believe so. Yeah.
What?
Motion to accept the recommendation.
Motion to accept the recommendation for 38 Livingston
Right.
Street.
I thought we already did that.
Oh, we
I thought we did.
voted?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
approved
We
it.
did.
Painless.
Talked about a whole bunch of stuff after that.
You done?
I am done.
Climate smart.
Okay. So I can't remember now if I already mentioned this at our second September meeting, because this is like my monthly report, but we did host our compost facility tour, and it went really great. We had about 35 people come out. So overall, we're really happy with that. And then we did our walking school bus on September 26th, also a great turnout, and thanks to Trustee Lewitt, who gave an update about the Safe Routes to School project. And also, I think I mentioned this at our second September meeting, but we got silver. Let's just again.
You just keep mentioning that at every
Yes.
meeting
That's
from
right.
now until next year.
It'll never tarnish.
You should put the slide back up.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did, okay. And then we finally did get the $50,000 reimbursement check
Okay.
for the heat pumps that we did at wastewater and at the police department. So really happy to tie that project up.
Great.
Yeah, the EECBG NYSERDA grant for this building, we signed the contract and we are working with C and GA. They were on site this past Friday to do the energy study. They did a blower door test, which was exciting. And it's gonna measure just how inefficient this building is. So yeah, that project is moving along, and they've been really great to work with. I already mentioned we're spending the rest of the compost grant money by the end of the month. This other project, I just want to say thanks Lydia and Gary in particular. We went through this whole checklist for resiliency planning, and our partners at Dutchess County Cornell Cooperative Extension would like to come in and present, do a short 15-minute presentation at the November meeting. So Martina, I'll follow up with you on getting that on the agenda. Yeah, and then the only other thing that's kind of in the hopper right now is for their compost program, there's someone that keeps putting in plastic bags and these bio-compostable bags. These are not allowed. Even if it says on the plastic bag that it's compostable at certain facilities, it is not compostable at our facility, so please stop. We're gonna have to change the code on the locks and re-onboard everyone because people are not following those instructions and the farm doesn't wanna take our food waste because of the contamination of the garbage. So that's gonna be a whole to-do. And I'll follow up with Martina on that. But yeah, thank you to those who follow the rules. Unfortunately, there are some that are not.
And it's more plastic bags, there's buckets, there's other stuff that ends up in there.
Yeah, people
So-
drop their buckets in and then can't reach to pull them out.
And it says right on there what you can and cannot put in.
Yeah, people aren't reading the instructions.
I hope this helps.
I hope so too.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Draw camera?
We have a camera.
Are we gonna swear in blood or something?
The issue we have with the camera, I'll let,
We don't need to go into it.
Okay, never mind.
the camera works.
Great,
Okay.
fantastic.
It's happening with Chinese AI.
Done?
Yep.
The Rhinebeck Garden Club has voted to take on the responsibility of caring for a pollinator garden, so that project will move forward this spring. The Lions Club did some cleanup work in the small gated area of the mini park. They'll do their regular cleanup on November 2nd. The Parks Committee is recommending that we survey our parks for clarity on such things as where we can place buildings and playground equipment and which trees we can cut. The committee is looking for partners to hold an informational meeting on invasive species management, and the committee also recommended that we join PRISMS, which we just did. That's pretty much the update. And we're meeting next week.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, special requests. First one on the agenda is, make sure I get this right, Village Hall use. The Democratic Committee would like permission to use the Village Hall on November 20th and December 18th at 6 PM to 7:30 for their monthly meeting. I'd like to make a motion to accept their request for use of Village Hall.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Next is a peddler's permit. Hang on. This is by Unsupervised Media LLC, doing business as Unsupervised Baking Company at 19 Chestnut Street, Rhinebeck, New York. It's a cottage bakery, and I think cookies are going to be served or
Yes.
sold.
Do you want me to just speak to what the application is?
Please do, come on up.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sam. So I sell cookies to Samuel's Sweet Shop as unsupervised baking company. And Samuel's and I actually put in co-applications for this. What we would really like to do is to do a sidewalk cookie sale as a fundraiser for Light the Village Pink. It would be a one-day event. Our proposed date was for Saturday, October 25th, with a rain date proposed of Sunday, the 26th. This would happen on the sidewalk in where Samuel's already has their sidewalk dining. It wouldn't expand past that footprint, and it wouldn't expand to sort of impede any traffic flow in front of the store. But yeah, the goal would be to sell some cookies and raise some money for Northern Duchess.
Very cool. Why is this a peddler's permit and not an event application?
Because she's selling goods. She herself is the peddler.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Sorry, this has
The money's
nothing
going
to do,
to-
I think this is a great idea. I'm
Yeah.
just being
The money's going to an
bureaucratic.
event.
I'm just being bureaucratic about this. So we just read the law on peddlers permits, and peddlers are supposed to be peddling, like wandering around and peddling.
Yes, but that has not been our practice, and we clearly need to change that.
Okay.
Right.
And so events are we authorize commercial events all the time.
But not for the sellers.
Folks are having like fundraisers or like,
Yeah, they're holding an event in the parking lot or whatever.
okay, so the kids who sell the pumpkins, is that a peddler's permit?
That was a peddler's permit.
That's a peddler's permit? Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, we need to figure this out.
We've been consistent.
Okay, we've been consistent with like a set of laws that are not helping us work this out. Okay, so, all right, so I just,
Don't overthink it.
I won't overthink it, but I would like to figure out how to fix this.
Yes.
Okay,
That's fine.
that's a separate issue. I think this is a great idea.
I make a motion to approve the peddler's permit for the sale of unsupervised baking.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I think we should add in front of Samuel's.
Got
That's
it.
on her
Yeah.
application.
I think it
It's
says.
on her application.
In front of, for Samuel Street Shop.
Well, it doesn't really say that, it says she's a baked good vendor for the sweet shop, but.
It's because we filled out two applications. It's like in the Samuel's application, because
Yeah.
Samuel's is the one that holds the, like, insurance with the village for the sidewalk. We did it as two applications that are sort of running hand.
I missed that one, okay, that's fine.
No problem.
Cool.
Yeah, and I appreciate, even though it doesn't say it here, but I think it should be part of the meeting minutes, that the spot will be contained
Yeah.
to what we have previously authorized for their outdoor dining
Yeah.
spaces, in order to maintain the right of
We're
way.
gonna have like a little pop-up tent just to help give shade, but it's like a 6x6 pop-up tent, and it stays on that side of the sidewalk. Like, it doesn't cross over where their current dining is.
6x6 is kind of
Hold
too
on,
large for the
so,
sidewalk.
yeah, so what we need to make sure that we have is a pedestrian right of way that's at least 5 feet wide.
Yeah, so we did, John Traver and I went out and measured it.
Okay.
It's basically like, if you think about what that sidewalk looks like, there's kind of like a division in the concrete, there's like
Yeah,
little sections.
and then there's the tables, and then there's the sidewalk.
Correct, so it
yeah.
stays within the division where the tables are, it doesn't like
Oh.
impede the sidewalk at all.
Okay, great.
Because that's important for him for his traffic flow anyway.
Yeah, he would be concerned about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Thank
Thanks. Okay, next is for I love these terms. Halloween augmented reality experience. You know, Jennifer, I don't think I can do this justice. So, how about you come up and tell us what,
Sure.
tell us the whole ghost story.
The whole ghost story, all right.
Do you want your presentation? Not
Sure,
yet.
sure.
Okay.
So, my local business and the Dutchess County Historical
Go ahead
Society.
and tap the button.
Okay.
Just tap it so
And point it-
so the green light comes on.
And point it out your mouth.
The battery might have died.
Just push it down.
I think it's, no, she got a flicker.
There you go.
So my business and the Dutchess County Historical Society are partnering to bring 10 augmented reality historical spirit scenes to the village. So we've gone and sourced photographs from Rhinebeck Historical Society Consortia and other places to create these little spirit scenes, which are interactive and show what life was like in the past. Most of the photographs are from between the late 1890s to early 1920s, 1930s. So we have 10 planned. We have, most of them are on private properties. We've got permission from all of the various businesses and so on. We had wanted to place a couple of them in public spaces, specifically the municipal parking lot and the fire station. And some of them kind of have an element that like goes near the sidewalk, but all of this is through your phone. So there's actually nothing physically being placed in any space in the village. It's all taking your geo-coordinate locations on your phone and then overlaying digital content that you see through your phone. So it looks like it's in the real world, but it's not. And if you go closer to it, it does kind of get bigger, so you feel like it's also physically there. And then they have elements where if you tap on some of the ghosts, then something happens. So initially I was thinking to use some of the public spaces and to put QR codes. We're going to do that with the private ones. We'll just put a little QR code sign, just a small sign, which is what we wanted to do. However, there's also going to be an online map that has the different points of where these are located and the link to the experience that you can open up, so it can be done entirely 100% virtually as well. So this is here. I'll just quickly run through this. So this is, basically just explain what I did, what we're doing. We're really trying to, provide a little bit of magic and fun around the holiday. And also think about how we can use technology like this to engage with visitors and local people around our local history in more interesting, kind of innovative, fun ways, and also reach a younger audience and let them see history in situ, right? Rather than going and looking through a book in the library or something. So this is what we're really interested in exploring. Okay. Oh, and just to see this, keep going on to the next. Sorry. Oh. So we have a little website for the project which explains what we're doing. There's a how-to on how you find the spirits and how you use your phone to interact with them. There's caveats there about safety and paying attention of your surroundings and so on, which also is in the app, in the Arrow app, the AR app used as well. So that it's hopefully a relatively intuitive and easy experience for people. Okay, next. This is what the map guide looks like. So all the little ghosts are points where the scenes are. And then when you click on one of those, you have, on the left, you can see that's where you need to stand and face to open up the experience. And then it will have the link to the experience. And then it will have a little bit of an about what is happening in the scene. And then we have links to the spirit profiles where you can get more history on it. So if you go to the next slide. So this is the spirit profiles. So there's one page where you can see kind of all of them together, and then if you click on one, it gives you the history. So there's the violet industry. So we're gonna have a scene on violets in front of Samuel's, where these two girls have their bouquets and they come to life, and then some flowers fall out of their bouquets and spell a message in violets on the ground. And then there is a float from the 1934 Centennial Parade, celebrating the violet industry in Rhinebeck. So that will go kind of right along on the street, but right along where the tables and chairs are at Samuel's, where there's like a no parking thing. So that's where that will appear. So for all of these scenes, there's this content, because it's really important to us that people actually learn the history as well. So we've tried to provide that in kind of like a layered way, like a short section, and then we'll point them to Dutchess County Historical Society, to the Rhinebeck Historical Society, and other resources. Okay. This is outreach that we're doing. So local news, social media, school newsletters. We're going to put flyers around town that just kind of hopefully gets people interested, and then they go to the QR code takes them to that website. And here are some examples. So just the photographs on the upper right is the gilded ball that's happening on the lawn of the Beekman Arms. And those figures all kind of spin around and are dancing. When you click on Astor, the dancers fade away and a little kind of like Ken Burns-esque story comes up with the Titanic hitting an iceberg, and then it shows the funeral at the church of Astor. And then that fades away, and then the dancers come back and it continues. The two scenes below are in the cemetery of the Dutch Reformed Church. You have Livingston there, and General Montgomery, and a fief and drum band who are more recent than them. And there's audio with fief and drum. The airplanes are on South Street in the sky. So when you click on one of the airplanes, they start to move, and the first one moves faster and reveals the plane behind with the Happy Halloween banner. Arthur Hayne was a pilot who lived in Rhinebeck, and he flew from Long Island up to Rhinebeck to do a display around World War I of the planes. It was for like a Red Cross Relief Society. So he's actually in one of those planes. He's very hard to see. So then, just go, if you want to just click on those, the fire station, the violets, and the other one are links to videos. So this is one that I did for the fire station, which I think is a question now, and also,
I don't know why it's not working.
oh, is it not?
Wait, hold on.
Sure.
Oh, dear.
But this kind of gives you an idea of what you would see through your phone. So these are old nurses, ambulance, firemen.
Does it work at night too?
It's a little tricky at night because it has to, the phone has to, oh sorry, this is the Great Fire of 1864. So then you have Pocahontas and the firemen that come, various like eras of old firemen from Rhinebeck pop up there. So that's kind of what they're like. So it looks sort of like spirits hanging out there. The phone has to be able to read the environment. So if there's not enough light, it won't work. But we went and did some of them that aren't geolocated in the cemetery at night. And when it's just looking for like a horizontal surface, rather than like you have to pan for the whole surrounding, it actually did work, and it was really creepy and cool. So if I had more time, we would do like an after hours ghost series, but I don't think we're gonna have time for that this year. But the hope is that this is something that's like really fun and people get into it, and that this is something that we could, potentially do again around different themes. And then the interesting part is to do this as like a kind of a permanent augmented reality historical tour where you can go around and see what the old buildings used to look like, or you know, there's one that I have on transport, which is really fun, where you see like the Frawley brothers that had horse liveries, and then they had a stagecoach, and then there was like a Frawley who was the superintendent of highways in the Revolutionary War. Like, those are kind of fun things that you could have just sort of permanently around in a history tour. Or Oak Street. We have some Oak Street figures as well. So, yeah, so this is what we're testing out. And I I guess I'm here asking for potentially permission to put a QR code sign and put one of these experiences in front of the Doughboy in that park. Like, that would be kind of a nice starting place. We're gonna have one starting place so that there's a ghost that will explain how it works, and then the rest is you can just, you know, do it in any order. So that was one thing that we wanted, and then the fire station, it really makes sense there. Although I have taken one of the fire trucks out and put it with the transport thing, and it just like rushes through the intersection with an alarm bell going, so we can always do that too.
This is really cool.
Thank you.
So.
Are you one of the people that are Montrose 4 Studios?
Mhm.
That's for you. Kudos.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I think the issue, one is, to do this in a village, I think is an event, right? Can you classify this as an event or not?
It's like an art installation.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say it's more like an art
It's not,
installation.
but nothing's installed.
Right, which is like where we start running into like using old definitions for new technologies.
Yeah, it's a really interesting
Yeah.
question.
I mean, I would
It's
think
an
the only issue we have.
apparition, not an event.
I think
Yes,
the
that's
issue- I'd say the issue for us is just if we would have to proactively allow you to put up the QR codes
On municipal property.
on municipal property.
Mhm.
But other than that, I don't know what there's to regulate.
I mean, I guess like for Madagascar Day, or like when we do Juneteenth and have art displayed
Right,
on
but that's,
municipal property, that's,
it's a physical thing. Are you
Yeah,
talking
the
about the sign?
QR code is a physical.
No,
Yeah,
no, no,
like
right,
the
no,
little,
what I'm
like,
saying, but that's all we really should be talking about is to put up the QR codes. All the rest of this,
It's sort of like, it's not imposing its way into people's view shed, right? Like, we're
Right.
not forcing people to look at anything, other
Right.
than the QR code.
We're just going down this path again.
gotcha, no, I think- which is
Right.
fine, I think it's the appropriate thing, but in terms of what the,
Right.
regulating this as an event, I don't think it's an event.
Well, also our event code says that an event is more than 250 people, but
No,
that's
that's mad, at what
it.
time?
I know.
We do,
It's not a mass, it's
In
not a mass
theory-
gathering.
It sort of speaks to my other bureaucratic comment. of
in
like-
theory though, we have approved for Madagascar to hang signs on
Okay.
trees.
And that was an event permit?
I think it was.
Right, but-
Right? You know, that's the problem, because they created an event for people to come and view.
Right,
You're creating an event for people to come and view and walk around the village and see. To me, it is kind of an event.
but is there any end date, or is this always gonna be accessible now?
No, this will be the 24th of October to the 2nd of November,
Right.
so it will run
Right. It's an event.
the weekends bookend, you know.
And then you can't access it even just if it's online and not with the QR code signs?
No, because the platform that I'm using, which is free, is being discontinued.
Oh,
Adobe,
no.
I know, everyone's very upset. So it will not, but I think that it will record it all. And then the idea would be to have kind of new versions of this, right? Like it could be something fun, and we've talked about even just in our kind of team discussions about, you know, this could be something that the Chamber of Commerce might be interested in doing. Like we thought, could we do a trick or treat and have you click on a ghost and it tells you what treat you can get from like a business that's in front of, or I don't know, I mean, not to make it commercial, but like we're thinking there could be fun things, or you could have the ghosts of famous artists of the Hudson Valley are descending next year in Rhinebeck, and so that's the theme for next year or whatever. And then we can talk about how you could create something more permanent and what that would mean and look like, and which would be really cool. And just to note that like for the Rev 250, we're also talking about like these kinds of experiences for that as well. So,
Cool.
yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, you can envision 10 people, 15 people, if it really catches on, standing there with their phones, you know?
It's like, what was that game?
Virtual reality.
Pokemon.
Yeah, so I mean, you could, that's why I
Just
put
wouldn't
it into
stop
the
loading.
event
So
calendar.
I think I needed more light, because I was just,
Right.
Was it at nighttime?
yeah, it was darker.
Yeah.
Um,
So we'll put in it that it's best from like dusk, dawn to dusk. That'll be
Right.
part of the
I'll try it again.
instructions.
It's
Oh, sorry, I didn't put that in your guys' instructions.
No, I know, but I was frustrated because it
Yeah.
just would load
Yeah.
till just this teeny little sliver, and then it
Yeah.
wouldn't finish.
No, we're trying really hard to make sure that from a, like, the user experience is pretty positive. I mean, it's a tricky, the technology can be a little tricky sometimes, but like, we don't have massive files, and we're gonna make it clear that you know, there has to be adequate light and so on. And then there's really more advanced things that you can do, which is not what we're doing right now. But there's really like advanced.
I mean, I think it's great, and I think as an event, I would like to support the event of having it. But what I would like to also question is, where can we put these on municipal property? Right, and starting opening up that window. Because next,
So there's an interesting question of like, you know, one of the things, First Amendment issues aside just for a minute, but like, one of the things that the comp plan is encouraging the village to do is to take advantage of our historical nature. And do things like historic Rhinebeck Day and walking tours and all of this kind of stuff, right? And whether that's a walking tour like the one that Bill Jeffway pulled together for Oak Street, or like what you're sort of showing us an example of what can be done. You know, they're mostly either like auditory or they're captured in your phone somehow. Like, they're not obtrusive in the way like a physical art installation is. And like, and I think it's a really interesting question of, and it's a way to like have us celebrating our history without being super in your face about it all the time. But also there might be an interesting opportunity at some point to be a little bit more in your face about it. I don't know. Yeah, like it's so funny because it's like, I don't know really where this lands in terms of First Amendment law. Like, is something that you have to go find. Like, this is, you know, because it's like the First Amendment is designed to protect people who are like standing in the square and shouting, right? But like, if you can't hear them or see them, are they actually, like, if a tree falls in the woods, it's there, right? Like, if you can't actually hear them or see them unless you seek them out, is that something that the First Amendment was designed to address? No, of course not, because like that was 250 years ago, and here we are in a world where things can be recorded and all the rest of it. So it's kind of like, I mean, just from a legal perspective, it's a really interesting question.
well, but to answer that, if we allow Jennifer to put her QR codes up, and somebody else comes up with this, sees this great technology, and they want to do some other thing,
Right.
we cannot prohibit them from putting that on village municipal property.
So can we
The
become
question
a
is the QR
sponsor?
code, right?
The question is,
No,
can
not really.
okay.
I mean, there's avenues here. One is,
Can we put the QR code on like a public bulletin board?
that we have our bulletin board, which we could possibly use.
Yeah.
And they have the online map. Rather than planting something,
Right.
put it on our bulletin board.
Or you can have QR signs in front of businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, private, we don't care about. They can care, but they have to approve that, and they can do that. It's just here, right? I think it's great. I really, really like this.
I think it's super cool.
Right, but I guess if I had to say, I would say, I don't want a QR code out there because I don't know who's gonna come up with the next QR code and have some other augmented reality that may not be appropriate.
We may not consider, we may not necessarily support in the same way. Yeah.
Right. And then it becomes a difficult decision. So if we say, I think it's great, I would like to make a motion to have you have this event within the village and put the QR codes here on our bulletin board and on your online.
Does that work for you? Like, do you need to be physically close to where the QR code is being like?
No. You
Once you
don't.
get the QR code, you
Yeah.
can go over here.
You just have to know where it is, but that's where the map comes in. So
Right.
we don't necessarily need it, but
Okay.
it's definitely,
it's nicer just because it makes it easier. And
Sure.
also people can happen upon it and so on.
Right.
But,
Is the fire station the only one that you're asking?
No, the Doughboy.
If you
Yeah,
put
we'll
it in
have
front,
it.
you know what
but
I'm
each
saying?
QR code for each experience, it's a different QR code for each experience.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So one in front of the Doughboy and one over here.
Oh, so it's not the same QR code for the, oh, okay. Got it.
I want to revisit my question again.
Yeah.
Is there a way that either the Rhinebeck Historical Society or some arm of our village government can become a sponsor or participant in this project?
Which
Therefore,
pulls us out of some of these conversations.
right, which says we're just part of it and then we're allowing this, because we're part of it, we're allowing this on our
But
property.
they're not part of us. I mean,
We're like a.
they're a separate
sponsored.
organization, they're a separate organization as well.
Right, we can say, but you have a sponsor, you have a co-sponsor.
But you're doing it as part of the Dutchess County Historical Society, right here.
Right.
She's representing the Dutchess County Historical Society.
Well, but can we join their project?
Like, could the village become a?
Could the village become a
Could the village become
Yeah,
a
become a
co-sponsor?
co-sponsor.
I-
That's what I'm saying. If we become a co-sponsor, then.
Then
and
all
then-
bets are off, yeah.
Right, and that skips the whole speech issue then.
Correct, if we can become co-sponsor.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's become a co-sponsor.
How do you feel about that?
That'd be
I mean,
awesome.
And then we could put it up on the village website and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we could put it on the village
Okay.
website, we could put it on the firehouse, we could put a little very discreet sign very far away from the Doughboy, but still near that. You know, I don't know how we would do that.
In front of the bush or something.
Or by one of the
In front of the
benches
bush.
is easy,
Yeah.
put it on a bench or by a bench.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Not in front of the Doughboy.
No.
I mean, and I'm coming off, just quickly, you've already thought about all of the kind of legal stuff with having people looking at their cameras and all that kind of stuff with the AR stuff. So that by sign, if we become a co-sponsor, we're not opening ourselves up to.
Oh, like if somebody steps off of the sidewalk and gets hit
Gets
by a
hit by
bus
a car,
while they're doing this?
Good question.
I don't want to sink my own idea here, but I'm trying to
You
think.
should
it
stay
through.
where you're at.
I know, I'm trying to think it through, right? You know.
Yeah, I mean,
I
we
see
don't
your
have
intentions.
insurance for that, so it's up to people to exercise like, you know, responsibility. And we have caveats that say.
You agree,
And on
right?
every
And-
one it will say.
You know, then they,
you
they're
do
watching
this
this, they
at
trip
your
over
own
the sidewalk or
risk,
trip
et
on
cetera.
whatever, now you make me worry.
Oh, sorry.
You really make me worry now.
Sorry, but they have to click to agree?
It doesn't matter, doesn't
Well, they're gonna sue
matter.
anyways, okay.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
look at that.
So anyway,
I blew
I
my
think
own-
you just
oh.
blew it.
Yeah, you just blew your own idea.
Yeah.
Oh, no, well.
I don't, I would not support being a co-sponsor. No. Because of liability.
Yeah, but they would sue the village anyways. They just sue us for
But then we're
anything.
out, we don't have a, they can sue us, we don't have an issue. If we become co-sponsor, they sue us, we have an issue.
Can we ask
No one's
the,
gonna sue us.
can we ask the historical society to indemnify us?
Sure.
They can own the historical society.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Seriously, can we?
Put it on the bull, what's wrong? Listen, we can put it on the bulletin board. It can be here, you know.
Oh, I don't like this, I don't like this. I don't like how litigious we've become, and so
Yeah.
therefore we
Yeah.
can't have a fun experience.
All I can say is,
Maybe
who opened up the can?
Maybe
So-
somebody with a T-shirt, with a QR code on the T-shirt could stand by the.
Somebody can stand on the
Stand by the sidewalk.
stand on the sidewalk.
Will they need a peddler's permit?
No, just a person standing on the sidewalk.
Sidewalk is good.
Yeah, well, we can,
Can we, I have a question, can we consult with at least our attorney to see what our,
They want to launch us soon, so yeah, we can.
I mean, I would, if it's possible for us in a low-risk way to support this, I would
I
like
went
to.
to Nikon, just so you know already.
Okay, well, there's a,
Don't
no
do it.
touch them all.
I've been down that path.
so it's a interesting thing for future projects, I think.
This
think
is
this
so,
is a
No, it's
good-
great.
this
I
is
wanna
so
support it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Right.
these questions, like if you're doing, you wanna have something more permanent, then what does that mean legally? And so it's good to kind of think about these things, and I think because it's a new technology, you have to explore it and figure it out. There aren't.
Can I ask a question? You have to be near, you can't just scan like all 10 QR codes on one sign and then just bring it to the places? If you had, the QR code has to be near, because I don't know enough about the technology.
It won't, yeah, if you're not standing near, they're all geolocated, so there's somewhere you can just, I can open up those ones, we could open up in here. They're like, you can experience them anywhere. All the scenes are geolocated, so it's tied to a specific place. Your phone has to recognize that place or it won't open up the experience.
And your
So you
phone
can open up the
and your
QR
phone
code, but it
recognizes
won't
when
find
you're there.
it won't find it.
Your phone would recognize when you're at the geolocation as well, right?
So if I open, yeah, that's what I'm thinking, like I scan the QR code, the website opens up, but it doesn't do anything until I get to that spot. And you need your location services on, is that true?
Mm-hmm,
Okay, because that would have, I never had mine on, so that would have been,
mm-hmm.
like, I would have been a little pissed off.
Yeah.
That it wasn't
Well,
working.
it would tell you, I mean, you'd get a prompt that you need to turn it on.
Okay.
So, but yes,
How
it's-
about, how,
So it would open up the website, but it wouldn't,
right next door is your.
when I got to that location, it wouldn't then automatically
That's our
work.
building right next door.
Because what you're doing is you're scanning that QR code and it'll open it up. It's a little app so it's through your web
Right.
browser. So you don't have to download an app.
Right here.
But it will start loading the
And they
scene
probably-
and then it'll ask you to pan around and it won't find it
We can do
if you're
both.
not at the place where I've geolocated it.
Got it.
So you have to be there, yeah. And
All
the
right.
map, I mean, you have that, the Google map there with the points, like that essentially is having everything.
Hey, Jen,
All the links.
Jennifer, I got it. We really gotta be moving on. We can spend
sorry,
all
sorry.
night talking about
No,
this.
sorry.
No, this is really, really great. I love it. I'd like to make a motion to allow you through the Dutchess County Historical Society to place these QR codes around the village with the exception of the village municipal property. But I would like to ask you to go to our adjoining property,
The art of building, guys.
the art right next door, and say, listen, this is for Village Hall. Can we put them right next door? And it's right here, right? And all problems solved,
Okay,
okay?
yeah,
I'm happy to introduce you to them if you'd like.
okay, okay, thank you.
All in favor? Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay.
All in favor?
Sorry, what did we just agree to?
We're approving, it's kind of an event. We are approving the event to
Okay.
have the QR codes placed around the village for the Halloween augmented reality. And that for those events to be held that are part of village municipal property to be put on the adjoining property
Okay,
with permission.
right, okay.
Okay? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
It's cool. All right, next.
Sorry, who?
We're gonna go to, what did I do? Turkey trot. I'd like to make a motion to approve the annual Ferncliff Forest Turkey Trot to be held on 11/27/25. Setup time is 6:30. Event time is at 11. Event time starts at 8. It's over at 11 with an hour to clean up.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, is there a map for that? Did they just-
It's on Montgomery Road. It starts right there by the hospital at Astor, goes down Montgomery to the intersection and turns around and comes back.
All right, so could we just say the same route as last year or something like that?
Whatever, it's the annual, yeah. That's where they are. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Did we have a second? I'm sorry.
Yes,
Somebody
right.
seconded it. Did you get that?
Yeah, same.
All right. Next is officer in training. This is for our officer Dunn to attend a trainings on 12/18/25. It's a conference. It's on artificial intelligence and law enforcement, just what we want all of them to know.
Oh, my God.
What leaders need to know, it's at Dutchess County, there's no charge to go there. He's requesting the use of the car of 7K 124 to go down and attend the event and come back. I'd like to make a motion to approve for Officer Dunn to attend the event on December 18th.
Second.
Question? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Heading back. It just seems like a week ago, we hired a new highway laborer to join our highway crew, Stephen Bryant. Stephen Bryant has been offered an opportunity to go back to his previous employer.
Oh.
And
Next time negotiate before you accept.
we would all be remiss if we held him back from taking advantage of this opportunity of having a special position created for him at Marist with more pay. So effective on 10/17, Steve Bryant is resigning from the village employment services.
Okay.
So we really don't need to vote to accept it, it's just a matter that it's on file. That's it. But I would like to now say that I would like to make a motion to, and I have this approved to, since we just got done with the interview process, to open up the list again and start going back through those people who we were interested in to see if any of those are interested in now coming back.
Second, I remember there were some other good candidates.
Right.
Okay, so you're not gonna repost the.
We're not gonna repost, we're gonna go through the list first,
Okay.
okay?
How
And-
long, Martina wanted me to make sure that I asked how long we wanted this process to go through.
Well, that's a good,
Yeah.
It's gonna take us, give us 2 weeks. It's a matter of making phone calls, we've already talked to them.
Okay, and then that brings us to our next meeting, so if we do actually need to reopen the position, then we can do that.
Right.
Okay.
Okay? Speaking of the next meeting, I'd like to make a motion to hold a public hearing.
Wait, we need to vote on that.
What?
We need to vote on that.
On what?
The position.
The
Going
going through the old list for 2
We
weeks.
need to vote on it, go back through it?
I don't know if we do.
We don't need to vote.
We don't need to vote?
According to legal, we can just go back to the open list.
Oh, okay.
No vote required. Just for your information, that's what we're gonna do. If that's not, then we have to come back and go through the process
Okay.
and vote on it, okay? All right, next meeting, which we had set for November 13th, right? If I remember right? I'd like to make a motion to set a public hearing for the Monroe Doctrine for our wastewater treatment plant and follow on resolution.
Wait, back up. The Monroe Doctrine for the wastewater treatment.
Excuse me, water department, sorry, it's a wastewater, thank you for correcting that.
Wait.
Water department, thank you. Monroe Doctrine for our water department plant. And this is, Monroe Doctrine is required for us to move forward and getting a building permit from the town of Rhinebeck.
It's called the Monroe Doctrine.
Yep,
Part of the Monroe Doctrine.
Can
Is this
you
interlake
explain?
municipal?
No.
But it's not one European nations.
Rich Olson will be here and we'll go through the Monroe Doctrine but we have to have a public hearing and we'll put that out as part of the public hearing. But it basically says that between municipalities, we agree to work together to move forward and don't hold it.
Right.
And don't have to go through this formal process.
This is not the Monroe Doctrine of American.
No, it's a different one.
Oh, that's why I was like, the 1823, like the Monroe Doctrine from the 1800s, like, what are we talking about?
No, it's a village, it's a municipal doctrine.
Oh, it's probably like a Village of Monroe, like,
Yeah,
it was probably like a
I
previous
think it was a
case
town.
law on it or something.
Right, yes,
Oh,
exactly.
okay. I was like,
Something
what
like that.
God's name does the Monroe Doctrine have to do with this? Manifest destiny.
But it is a procedure we will have to go through to get our building permit. And
Okay,
then-
what time do we want that public hearing?
I think it shouldn't take long, let's have it at 6 o'clock.
Okay, it's 6
If this
PM
takes longer than 10 minutes, we're all in trouble.
for
To review the,
Monroe Doctrine,
for the water treatment plant
Doctrine,
application.
okay. Okay.
Okay?
Not that Monroe Doctrine, yeah, okay. Okay.
All right. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All this is happening in real time. All right, so this is a great part of the meeting. I'd like to celebrate the anniversaries that we have in the village of Rhinebeck. First, I'd like to recognize our wastewater treatment plant operator, Andy McDermott. Congratulations, Andy, who's been here 2 years already. Thank you. I'd like to recognize our water treatment plant operator, Tom Mueller, 3 years. Tom, I don't know where we'd be without you as well. And Officer Jonathan Wilson, 6 years. Thank you for your service and all of you for your service to the village of Rhinebeck.
Yes.
Indeed.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn Village of Rhinebeck meeting at 7:49.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So carried. Thank you all.